Hello everyone, it's time for episode 22 of our Overwatch self-coaching Platinum Climb series. We're going to be starting on Anubis here today, and I'm not sure if we're on the attack defense first, so we'll just jump right into it and see where it goes.
Select your hero.
Looks like we're going to start on attack, and we're going to want to play tank, but I guess we want to play DPS, which is different from what I expected. I don't tend to go DPS on the Temple of Anubis simply because I don't know where the sight lines are or any of the sneaky deals. What I usually do on Temple of Anubis is I'll go Diva, and I'll go to that top left window above the Mega Pack if you go left. But I haven't been doing that as much recently. It was more of a silver rank thing that I used to do. But I stopped doing it simply because I was splitting up my team and causing a 5v6 situation, which would almost always end up with me in the backline and them losing the fight.
Attack
So anyway, we're
commences
going to
in
skip
30
forward
seconds.
to the start of the match. They're setting up with a Reinhardt Arya combo while we have an Orisa Diva combo. And it looks like they also have a sniper. So we're gonna have to try and beat this bunker before we try and fight that sniper because we are just a low little soldier who can't win us out here. We kind of got caught out here when our Orisa tried to retreat, but it looks like we're sustaining okay. We managed to get back to the team. We took out two of theirs, so we should win this. Orisa, I don't know if she'd already used Fortify, but we were able to save her from a Fire Strike as well, which is good. So at this point it looks like we're going to be teaming up. Our Diva did flank them, so every time they retreated from us they'd run right into her fire. So that's pretty good. I can't say that I contributed a lot, but I didn't cause a deficit until that point there where I was going ahead like that to try and keep them from contesting, get a sightline there, but I ended up dropping right into the Widow's sightline. Double check to make sure she's not still there. She shouldn't be considering how far up we're pushed, but you never know. Dragon right down center to hopefully get either zone them off so they don't take damage running in, or maybe if we're lucky they'll just stay in the lane. I was looking at the Widow there. I really should have been paying attention to the rest of the fight more, so I get hammered down. Let's see. So we end up losing that first push, which is at this point in the game, it's still at the 4 minutes and normal respawn time. So trying to snowball is not a bad idea. But by this point in time, with the new patches and whatnot, it is a pretty bad idea to try and do that. Right now, I'm just trying to keep the Tracer occupied so she doesn't end up reaching our Ana. And it looks like it works. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to focus on breaking the Reinhardt's barrier. We're not getting hit by the fire strikes. As Diva should probably eat those, but I'm not planning on relying on Diva for that because at this rank it's not guaranteed. I'm not sure why I decided to pop my visor after they'd already used Transcendence. I managed to get one kill with it, and a lot of the rest of them were too far from the healing to really benefit from it fast enough. But the rest of my team either died or retreated, so everything that I was doing here was pointless, and I ended up staggering myself pretty badly, which I should have I really should have noticed that ahead of time. Now I'm switching to Mei for the point control sort of power she has. People want to keep like Reaper. Mei demands a lot of space. She simply because of what her kit is, you try and give her a lot of room. Plus, she's also decently good at protecting against tracers, which this tracer was definitely trying to hit, particularly our Ana. She can't really do anything against our Lucio and our tanks, so it was mainly Ana she was aiming for. But as you can see by the kill feed, she hasn't gotten her yet, which means that she's actually quite a deficit to her team. and the fact that we're going in right now is a bit questionable because we've already lost two of our main. We lost our
Okay,
Lucio
I thought I
early in the
had
fight because he went main and we went
Diva.
left.
Diva, I did, but
And
Diva
then
got
while I
low.
was fighting Zarya, we
Just making sure.
traded kills. Or the Tracer cleaned up my backline, I should say. So the only good that came out of that was the fact that I managed to get her to waste grab. Aside from that, we really should have pulled back the moment that Lucio died. And he's kind of feeding at this point, Lucio. He's going way too far ahead, way too early, so even if we wanted to help him, we couldn't. This goes back to the conversation I made last time about our Reinhardt on the body. If he is uh, pushing in alone, he's feeding, but if we decide to commit to that, it turns into a big play. Lucio's not really giving us that opportunity. He's just going in there,
Guys, pull out. We lost
which is
two
not a good
already.
thing.
Our main tank and
That
main
we don't
healer.
have a choice on making that feed into a good play. He's too far ahead. Once again, we lost the fight here. We should have pulled out the moment the Junkrat Tire killed our team.
Hey, if
Not
you
sure
guys are
why they
playing
popped
DPS and you don't
Transcendence.
know
It
how to
was a
counter
bad
the
move on their
Tracer,
part,
just switch with me.
but we don't have an ultimate that would really counter that.
I got a
We're
blizzard. We'll
running
use that, and then I can switch to McCree to counter her.
well, we're
Okay.
now running a
Just throw
Hanzo, but
that
we
blizzard in there because we're
had
running out of
been
time.
running, I believe it was myself on
Alright,
May
when are we
and
Start the
engaging?
Junkrat.
push.
So even
Ready?
though
Let's go now.
Tire would kill people, there's nothing the Zenyatta orb would do about it anyway. Okay, so let's see. We managed to zone them off the point for a little while there and stabilize where we have their point. Okay. Wall was a little bit late, I had to line it up there, but I knew she was going for grab, so I walled her off, and she didn't get any value from her use of the wall, of the grab. And I'm just gonna keep walling her off there. Unfortunately, we're not gonna win this team fight. This is really unfortunate for us.
He's already switched to McCree.
Everyone is counting on me.
Toiled with the idea of switching off, but then then I decided no. A little bit of banter between the teammates make her tilt the Zarya a little bit. Don't think we're gonna be able to push this point in this amount of time. Our Diva got popped quite quickly because she was going in a little bit ahead of time. And then she got taken out by the Tracer. So now we gotta go back and help our teammates. While I think it's a Hanzo and our Lucio are still trying to push in on their own. So this is a nice spot in general. I'm not sure, like I don't think I had recorded this earlier. What is going on here? Looks like the match actually froze at this point, so I'm gonna have to get back to it in the next video. So I'll pause it right here and then I'll do the two together. Alright, so we're back. It turns out that yes, we did actually freeze. My computer froze, game closed, had to come back later. We didn't get a second push on it, so we're gonna have to do a full hold on the first point and then a soft hold on the second point. Like if we don't a soft hold on the first point, full hold on the second point. Waste as much of their time as we can and then win it. But in all likelihood, it's only 4.5 minutes along this part, so I don't think we manage it. It's either a quick bowl or we manage to hold them on first point. So let's move ahead and see what we do for defense round. It looks like on defense round, I'm gonna take the healer slot from Noodles and
You know, Anna.
or rather from Oni. Noodles was our Lucio last round. So we're gonna try doing a Bastion comp, and I really don't think that that's gonna work very well. Let's skip ahead to the beginning of the fight. I usually just draw out pick damage here, try and scout out who they have. I realize it's only a couple seconds before you can see the enemy teams on the tab, but most people just don't really try one
They
way
got
out, so I
Farah.
try and make a call out for who's where. I'm still, like, I'm only just picking up the information for myself right now. I'm not telling my team usually. I need to get better at that. We're running a Reinhardt this time rather than an Orisa, which is kind of a good thing. And it's mainly for the fire strikes that I am continuing to use Diva rather than countering with a Zarya of my own. I'm not particularly good on Zarya, and it probably would have been good for this hold, but I'm not too, I wanted to keep her keep Diva just in case they were going fire strikes through us. I disengage here for a second so that I can get the mech back, and then I come in behind them, and it looks like the Bastion managed to mow through most of them, so we should be able to win this fight, but it looks like I was the only one trying to contest, and I was a baby diva, so it really didn't work. The Bastion is asking us not to charge the
Just come back. Just come back.
Zarya. I'm
back,
pretty
Bastion.
sure he's probably the one charging the Zarya.
If we let them have this, it's only able to be a
We're
tie,
definitely
isn't
going to
it?
lose this one at this point. So, our Reinhardt wasn't doing too
No,
well.
they
I
have to get to
probably
that
should
first
have
mark
been
right there.
a Zarya to
Yeah,
match
but we can
theirs.
only get a tie. We can't
But I
win
chose
now.
Diva, and it turned out it was pretty much a mistake. Unless I can eat their grab here, it was not worth it to be Diva. I go on a force their flanker away, and then their far is up there. I don't think I died for her because I'm trying to. I broke our Reinhardt shield, so that's why I pushed in like that and threw my bomb. But the main point of it is that at this point in time, what I'm doing here is I'm body blocking the Zen bolts from hitting the Bastion because our Reinhardt's not trying to protect him at all.
Ryan can
Which
use
is
the
really
shield in
annoying
front of the
because,
Bastion.
yes, people can be mad that you chose Bastion or whatnot, but and they're only going to prove themselves right that it doesn't work by not working with you.
Shield's going down.
It only doesn't work when you don't work with it. Make It Rain chose Bastion. We should have
They're going right
switched
side.
the whole comp to complement it. Here I see that their Zen is far behind and out of position, so I go for it. But I did not realize that the rest of our team was just getting mowed over. So this is mostly my fault. It was also their fault for getting killed by the Farah barrage,
That
but
Bastion was a bad idea.
that's
I don't
neither
know why
here
you
nor
decided
there.
to do that.
A lot of that falls on me for not
Amongst other many
managing
things.
to
Yeah. Right.
realize that I was just leaving our team out there to die.